Have you ever felt invisible? Have you ever walked into a room and felt like no one really saw you? Not in the literal sense, they see your body, but they do not see you. They do not value your opinions. They interrupt you mid-sentence. They forget your name 5 minutes after you introduce yourself. Maybe you are the person who always says yes, who always helps, who always shows up, but when you need something, suddenly everyone is too busy. Maybe you pour your heart into relationships, into work, into friendships, and yet you feel like you are constantly being overlooked, underestimated, or taken for granted. And the most painful part? You are a good person. You are kind. You are thoughtful. You are reliable. So why are you being treated like you do not matter? Here is the hard truth: people do not treat you based on who you are. They treat you based on how you show up. You can be the most brilliant, loving, talented person in the world, but if your behavior signals, "I do not value myself," then others will not value you either. This is not about fairness. This is about human psychology. People take their cues from you. If you treat yourself like an option, they will treat you like an option. If you treat yourself like a priority, they will treat you like a priority. The good news? You have more control over this than you think. You do not need to change your personality. You do not need to become loud, aggressive, or fake. You just need to adjust 3 specific behaviors. And when you do, people will treat you differently. Not because they suddenly woke up and realized your worth, but because you started showing them your worth through your actions. Today, I am going to give you the 3 most powerful behavioral shifts you can make starting today. These are not theories. These are tested, proven principles that change the way people perceive you, respect you, and prioritize you. By the end of this message, you will have a clear roadmap. You will know exactly what to stop doing and what to start doing. And within days, sometimes within hours, you will notice the shift. The first thing: stop being so available. The first behavioral shift is counterintuitive, especially if you are a naturally giving person. But here it is: you must stop being so available. Right now, you probably respond to every text immediately. You say yes to every request. You drop everything when someone needs you. You are the reliable one. The dependable one. The one people can always count on. And you think this makes you valuable. But here is what is actually happening: you are training people to take you for granted. When you are always available, you signal that your time has no value. You signal that you have nothing more important going on. You signal that you will always be there, so there is no urgency to prioritize you. Think about it. When something is always available, it loses its value. Water is essential to life, but because it is abundant, we do not treasure it, until there is a drought. But scarcity? Scarcity creates value. When people know they cannot reach you anytime, anywhere, they start to respect your time. They start to plan around you. They start to appreciate the moments they do get with you. This does not mean you become cold or unavailable to the people you love. It means you create boundaries around your availability. Here is how to do it. 1. Delay your responses. If someone texts you, do not respond immediately unless it is an emergency. Wait an hour. Wait until the evening. Train people that your time is not on demand. 2. Say no without over-explaining. When you cannot do something, do not launch into a 5-paragraph essay justifying why. Just say, "I cannot make that work right now," and leave it there. The less you explain, the more power you keep. 3. Protect your time like it is sacred. Because it is. Your time is the only non-renewable resource you have. Treat it that way. If something does not align with your priorities, decline it. People will respect you for it. When you stop being so available, something magical happens. People start to wonder, what are they doing? Why are they so busy? And suddenly, you become more interesting. More valuable. More respected. This is not manipulation. This is self-respect. And self-respect is magnetic. The second thing, stop seeking approval. The second behavioral shift is even more powerful, and it is the hardest one for most people to implement. But it is also the one that will transform your life the fastest. Here it is, you must stop seeking approval. Right now, whether you realize it or not, you are constantly seeking validation. You are checking to see if people like what you said. You are monitoring their reactions to see if you made a good impression. You are over-explaining, over-apologizing, and over-performing to win their approval. And here is the brutal truth, the more you seek approval, the less you get it. Why? Because approval-seeking behavior signals insecurity. It signals that you do not trust your own value. And if you do not trust your own value, why should anyone else? People respect confidence. Not arrogance, confidence. Confidence is quiet. It does not need to announce itself. It does not need to be validated by others. When you stop seeking approval, you stop giving away your power. You stop letting other people's opinions dictate your mood, your choices, or your self-worth. Here is how to break the approval-seeking habit. 1. Stop over-explaining yourself. When you make a decision, stick to it. You do not owe anyone a detailed justification. "I have decided not to attend," is a complete sentence. If they push back, repeat yourself calmly. Do not defend. Do not debate. 2. Stop apologizing for things that are not your fault. If you did nothing wrong, do not say, "I'm sorry." Replace it with, "Thank you." Instead of, "Sorry I'm late," say, "Thank you for waiting." Instead of, "Sorry for bothering you," say, "Thank you for your time." This subtle shift changes the entire dynamic. You are no longer positioning yourself as lesser. You are expressing gratitude from a place of equality. 3. Make decisions for yourself, not for others. Stop choosing what you think will make others happy. Choose what makes you happy. If you want to decline an invitation, decline it. If you want to order something different at the restaurant, order it. If you want to change careers, change it. When you start making choices based on your own internal compass instead of external validation, people notice. They sense the shift. They see that you are no longer performing for them. You are simply being yourself. And paradoxically, when you stop seeking their approval, they start giving it freely. Because now, their approval is not a requirement for your happiness, it is just a bonus. The third thing, start enforcing consequences. The third and final behavioral shift is the one that most people avoid because it feels mean. But it is not mean. It is necessary. Here it is, you must start enforcing consequences. Right now, people are mistreating you because you let them. You set a boundary, they cross it, and you do nothing. You say, "Please do not speak to me that way," and they do it again, and you stay. You say, "I need more respect," and they ignore you, and you accept it. You are teaching people that your words mean nothing. You are teaching them that they can cross your boundaries without consequence. So, here is the shift: when someone disrespects you, when someone crosses a boundary, when someone takes you for granted, there must be a consequence. This does not mean you yell. This does not mean you punish. It means you remove your presence, your energy, or your support. If someone repeatedly cancels on you, stop inviting them. If someone speaks to you disrespectfully, calmly end the conversation and walk away. If someone takes advantage of your generosity, stop being generous with them. You do not need to announce the consequence. You do not need to give a speech. You simply change your behavior. Quietly. Firmly. Consistently. Here is the formula. Boundary plus consequence equals respect. Without the consequence, a boundary is just a suggestion. And people do not respect suggestions, they respect standards. When you start enforcing consequences, people will test you. They will push back. They will say, you have changed. And you can smile and say, yes, I have. Because you have changed. You have stopped accepting poor treatment. You have started honoring yourself. And anyone who is upset about that was benefiting from your self-betrayal. Let them be upset. Let them adjust. The ones who truly value you will rise to meet your new standard. The ones who do not will remove themselves. And that is not a loss, that is a filter. What happens when you do all three? Let's bring this together. When you combine all three of these behavioral shifts, when you stop being so available, when you stop seeking approval, and when you start enforcing consequences, something profound happens. You stop being the person everyone uses. You stop being the person everyone forgets. You stop being the person who gets the leftovers of other people's time and energy. And you become the person people respect. You become the person whose time is valued. You become the person whose opinion is sought. You become the person who is treated with care, consideration, and honor. Not because you demanded it with words, but because you demonstrated it with actions. The fear, but what if I lose people? I know what you are thinking right now. You are thinking, if I do this, I will lose people. People will think I am cold. People will get upset. And you are right. You will lose people. But let me ask you this, are the people you are afraid of losing actually adding value to your life? Or are they just taking up space? The people who get upset when you enforce boundaries were never respecting you in the first place. They were benefiting from your lack of boundaries. They liked the version of you that said yes to everything, that was always available, that never pushed back. But that version of you was exhausted. That version of you was resentful. That version of you was invisible. So yes, you will lose people. But you will not lose the right people. The right people will adjust. The right people will respect your boundaries. The right people will say, I see you stepping into your power, and I support it. And the ones who leave? They were never yours to begin with. They were renters, not owners. Let them go. The identity shift, from people-pleaser to self-honorer. This is not just about changing behaviors. This is about changing your identity. For too long, you have been a people-pleaser. You defined your worth by how much you could give, how helpful you could be, how little you could ask for. But that identity is a trap. It turns you into a martyr. And martyrs do not get respected, they get used. Today, you are shedding that identity. Today, you are stepping into a new role, the self-honorer. A self-honorer knows their worth. A self-honorer protects their energy. A self-honorer does not apologize for taking up space. A self-honorer is kind, but not weak. Generous, but not naive. Loving, but not desperate. This is who you are becoming. And the moment you step into this identity, the world around you will shift to match it. The action plan. Here is what I want you to do in the next 72 hours. Day 1, practice unavailability. Pick one request, something you would normally say yes to out of obligation, and say no. Do not explain. Do not apologize. Just decline and observe how it feels. Day 2, stop apologizing. For the entire day, do not say, I'm sorry, unless you have genuinely wronged someone. Replace it with, thank you, or simply stay silent. Notice how much lighter you feel. Day 3, enforce one consequence. If someone crosses a boundary, enforce a consequence. It does not have to be dramatic. It can be as simple as ending a phone call early, declining the next invitation, or walking away from a disrespectful comment. Let your actions speak. These 3 days will be your training ground. You are rewiring decades of conditioning. It will feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is growth. The final ritual. If this message has touched something deep inside you, if you felt a fire ignite that says, I am done being treated this way, then I want you to make a public declaration. Go to the comments below and write these words. I choose respect. Let those words be your contract with yourself. Let them be the line in the sand. Let them be the moment you stop betraying yourself to keep the peace. Because peace that requires your silence, your suffering, or your smallness is not peace. It is imprisonment. True peace comes when you honor yourself so deeply that the world has no choice but to honor you too. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your courage. And thank you for finally choosing yourself. You have spent your whole life being good to others. Now it is time to be good to you. Do these 3 things. Watch how people adjust. And never, ever go back to being small. Until next time, stand tall. Speak less. Enforce more. And let your boundaries do the teaching. You deserve to be treated well. Now go show the world how.